He saved lives for a living. Now the question is whether anyone can save his. 7 words at the end of the Pitt. Season 2 Episode 14 trailer just stopped the entire internet cold, and if you have not seen them yet, nothing could have prepared you for what Dr. Robbie says with tears in his eyes as the screen cuts to black. This is not a cliffhanger. This is a grenade. With only 2 episodes left in the season, the penultimate chapter appears poised to detonate every storyline that has been quietly building beneath the surface of Pittsburgh's most chaotic emergency room. The trailer opens not with the familiar pulse of a heart rate monitor, but with the wail of ambulance sirens, a deliberate tonal shift that signals something far more urgent is coming. What follows is a 2-minute gut punch that lays bare the fractures inside the team, the secrets being kept behind closed doors, and the very real possibility that Dr. Robbie may be fighting a battle that has nothing to do with his patients. The trailer wastes no time pulling viewers into an intimate conversation between Dr. Robbie and Duke, positioned outside the entrance of the emergency room in what appears to be a farewell exchange, having learned in the previous episode that his surgery cannot be scheduled for at least another week. Duke seems to be preparing to leave the hospital. Their exchange, however, carries a weight that extends far beyond a simple goodbye. When Duke remarks that the relentless pace of the ER never seems to stop, Robbie responds with 4 words that land like a quiet bomb: "It's dance till you drop." Coming from a man who recently admitted to Dana that he is genuinely uncertain whether he will return from his upcoming sabbatical, those words feel less like hospital humor and more like a confession, one spoken by someone who knows he is standing at the edge of his own limits and is simply choosing not to look down. Duke's follow-up question, "Then what?" hangs in the air unanswered, and the trailer cuts rapidly through a series of scenes that reveal just how much is unraveling inside the ER at once. Dr. Robbie and Dr. Al-Hashimi are seen in uncomfortably close quarters while treating a patient, a visual that signals the tension between them is about to reach a boiling point. Dr. Langdon is captured sprinting through the corridor in a state of visible panic. The intern Nasli is heard asking what is happening as an apparent flatline alarm sounds in the background. Dana is shown surrounded by mountains of paperwork awaiting digital processing, a logistical nightmare unfolding in real time. And in a detail that could only belong to this particular calendar day, a patient arrives with an American flag lodged in his chest, a grim reminder that the episode takes place on the 4th of July. A holiday that historically floods emergency rooms across the country. The trailer then pivots to one of its most loaded scenes, in which Dr. Al-Hashimi pulls Dr. Robbie into a private room and tells him she needs an honest second opinion on a case. On the surface, it reads as a professional consultation. But given that Robbie has been suspicious of Al-Hashimi's repeated episodes of freezing during critical moments, and given that her health appears to be actively affecting her performance on the floor, this private meeting feels like far more than a medical discussion. By the end of the scene, Al-Hashimi appears to be either in tears or on the verge of them, her composure cracking under the weight of whatever she has been concealing. The confrontation that many viewers have been waiting for since Al-Hashimi's first shift may finally be arriving. The situation with Dr. Langdon reaches its own critical point when Dr. Robbie is seen confronting him directly over a deteriorating patient. Standing over the case, Robbie pushes him. He's progressing. "Dr. Langdon, what is your plan?" The pressure is unmistakable, and Langdon's response reveals just how deeply the events of the previous episode have affected him. Still haunted by how close he came to killing Grady during an intubation gone wrong, he admits, "I could paralyze him." His fear of making another catastrophic mistake has not faded, it has calcified into paralysis itself. Robbie's blunt reply, urging him to act, may either be the jolt that Langdon needs or the final push that sends him spiraling. Given that the trailer shows him running through the hallway shortly afterward, the outcome does not look encouraging. Dana, for her part, appears to carry the weight of Robbie's earlier admission to a new set of ears. In a brief but telling moment, she is seen speaking with Dr. Rabbard, asking him to at least try to get Robbie to promise he will come back in one piece. It is a quiet, desperate ask, the kind that comes from someone who has heard something they cannot unhear. Dr. Rabbit has already shown that he is perceptive enough to notice when Robbie's head is not in the right place. Whether that perception will translate into action remains to be seen. But the stage is clearly being set for some form of intervention before the episode ends. Robbie's motorcycle, which he has been counting on as his means of escape at the end of the shift, is found knocked to the ground when he goes to retrieve it. The trip he has been quietly holding onto as his one lifeline, the open road. The solitude, the chance to simply ride away from everything, is suddenly in jeopardy. Whether someone deliberately interfered with his plans or whether it was nothing more than bad luck is unclear. But the symbolism is hard to ignore. Even the exit route that Robbie had mapped out for himself is being blocked. The dialogue between Robbie and Duke returns near the end of the trailer and delivers the sequence that may define the entire season. When Duke asks him what his plan is, Robbie answers simply, "Ride." Duke pushes back, asking what he is riding away from. And Robbie answers, "Everything." The emergency room is the one place that has ever given Dr. Robbie a structure, a purpose, something to hold on to, and yet it is also the machine that has been grinding him down for years. He cannot fully leave it, and he cannot fully survive it. Duke, who has emerged throughout the season as the most grounded voice in Robbie's life, names what Robbie cannot bring himself to say out loud: "That's not riding, that's running." Then comes the moment that the entire season may have been quietly building toward, tears visible in his eyes. Dr. Robbie says, "I don't know if I want to be here anymore." The words are devastating in their ambiguity. On one reading, he is talking about the hospital, about the job, about the relentless grind that has taken more from him than it has ever given back. On another reading, and the one that the season's quieter, darker threads seem to be pointing toward, he may be talking about something far more final. The signs have been accumulating for weeks. The exhaustion, the withdrawal, the sense that he has been saying goodbye without ever quite putting it into words. Episode 14 may be the moment those words finally arrive. The penultimate episode of the Pitt Season 2 looks set to deliver the emotional reckoning the season has been earning, answers about Dr. Al-Hashimi's hidden health struggles, the future of Dr. Mohan's role at the hospital, and the fractured relationship between Robbie and Langdon all appear to be converging at once. Whether the show will pull its punches or go all the way remains the central question heading into next week. What do you think Dr. Robbie's words really mean? Is he walking away from the job? Or is there something darker beneath the surface? And do you think Dr. Langdon will finally find his footing? Or is he headed for another crisis? Drop your theories in the comments below. And if you want to stay ahead of every twist this season, make sure to like this video, subscribe to the channel, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a breakdown.